And Sandy gets an extra round of applause for not going to full-time. Next is Deon Long.
Okay, thank y'all. You know, one of my favorite movies is the movie Patton. And what Patton says when he's up in front of the flag, when he's coming up there, and they ask, what is it, give your life for your country. He's talking about the soldiers go over there. And he says, it's not down for your country to make another poor bastard die for this country. Which is the reason I'm running. I'm tired of being on the defensive, and I know a lot of us and all the candidates will come up and will say, we want lower taxes, we're going to stop health care, we're going to stop cap and trade. But I want to have a proactive agenda moving forward, and I want to play on their side of the 50-yard line. And if you look at my website at www.deonlong.com, we lay out specifically what we're going to do. I'm a champion of the fair tax, I'm for the gold standard, I'm for a balanced budget amendment, I'm for free trade, I'm for the building Sarbanes-Oxley, and I'm for tort reform. And I think that if we get this insidious progressive tax code off the backs of the American people and American citizenry, that'll emancipate the American people, and you'll see growth and economic growth go again. And as Mr. Dedelow said, we can't use inflationary monetary policy and borrow and tax and spend our way to economic growth and prosperity. I look forward to the chance to sit down and talk to you in a more intimate gathering. Thank you.
Okay, Heine Heinzelman is next.
Good evening. So excited to see all of you here. This is the best part of campaigning. No doubt about it. Getting out and meeting people. I like to start most of my talks with one word: nonsense. Absolute nonsense. That's what's going on here. You'll find out when you come around. I have a nice flyer for you to tell you what I stand on. That makes that time now. But I do want to tell you the things that concern me the most is just what's going on up there. There's transparency from the television station, Fox and so forth, on what Washington is doing. There's twice that much that we don't know what they're doing, and that's a very scary thing. Closed doors, whatever. Then there's a part that's twice as big as any of those that is things that we don't know that we don't know. That's an old expression, but it's very accurate here. I wrote something last night. I'm going to have to read it to you rather than recite it, but I wrote something last night that's very short that I want to share with you. I take my glasses off to see. I believe that America is in serious danger of passing into history from the greatest country God ever created into one that will be described as what it used to be. It certainly didn't start with this Congress or this administration, but they have sure put it fast forward. We already have socialism in this country. But the liberals want more fascism, perhaps, maybe even more. If elected, I have an uncle Krusty. We'll meet him tonight, too. Now I'm going to send him to Washington to deal with these people. He's not a nice man like me. He is a no-nonsense guy with a great sense of right versus wrong and the fortitude to stand up every time. We're right. The rest of it is in here, and I look very much forward to speaking with each other individually. Thank you very much.
And last but not least is Craig Miller.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the newest entry into the race for Congress for District 24, so I assume that's why we're in a restaurant tonight, right? Because I am a restaurant guy. All you have to do is look across the street. The pizzeria across the street was one of the restaurants that I built near UCF several years ago. I am a restaurant person by trade. I started in the restaurant industry when I was 13 years old, working in a seafood restaurant in Rockledge, Florida. My mom, who's now going to be 90 this year, still lives over in Cocoa on the coast. My dad worked for NASA for 14 years, doing the Gemini and Apollo program. When I got out of high school, I went right into the Air Force. My dad taught me one thing. He taught me many things, but he taught me one big thing, and that was self-reliance. If
I wanted something out of life, I had to make it happen. I couldn't afford to go to college, so I joined the Air Force. Went to Vietnam in 1969, 1970. Really went in the Air Force to see the world. So they stationed me at McCoy Air Force Base and Patrick Air Force Base, and then sent me to Vietnam. I came back, I went to school for a couple of years at Florida State up in Tallahassee. Sorry, Gator fans. Then I took a job with Red Lobster Inns, which is now Darden Restaurants. I spent 11 years with that company building restaurants all around the Southeast. Then I went to work for what turned out to be a mentor of mine, Aaron Spencer, who had started a pizzeria little chain. We had 5 restaurants at that time. We built a 200-unit restaurant chain over the 15 years that I worked with them. I left Aaron when we took the company private back in 2001. I spent the next 4 years working at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. In the aftermath of Katrina, I moved Ruth's Chris Steakhouse to Seminole County. That brought me again back to Central Florida. I love this area. I grew up here. I went to school here. I built restaurants and all over District 24. Some people call me a wealthy CEO. I went from the dish room to the boardroom, and I did make some money doing that. But I did it on my own, and I did it through hard work and the efforts of all the people that worked with me. I want to go to Congress to try to help District 24 and America get better. We've got a lot of issues we face. Many of them are self-inflicted. We can't tax our citizens anymore. It has to stop. I have so much appreciation for the effort that many of you have put in over the last 12 months and what's commonly called the Tea Party. The reason why I have so much affection for what you've done is because you show passion, you get involved, and you said enough is enough. Thank you very much. I look forward to answering